Be great. Well, happy Monday, you trader nerds. If you cannot trade while you are holding a cat, you are doing something wrong. I can do it one-handed, y'all. I am doing fine. Hope y'all are. Hope you had a great weekend. So welcome in. We need to talk about the elephant in the room. What are we going to do with our Thinkorswim accounts? I believe now, y'all call and see what you're thinking, but I'm thinking in our IRA accounts, I think when they fully transition over to Schwab in May, that they're going to come to us very shortly after and say, you cannot sell naked futures in the account. I think that's what they're going to say. So what are we going to do? I don't know. I guess we can sit here until they knock us out and say we can't do it, make us close all our positions, or we can be proactive and start transferring our account somewhere else, maybe to Tasty Trade. I'm not sure. I think I may call them today and say, just want to make sure, what I'm doing now, am I still going to be able to do when y'all take this thing over in May? So we need to know that. We don't want to be caught with our britches down, so to speak. All right, so let's see how we're doing today with the old market. Market is doing nothing, down 6.5 points, down 0.13%. We are below the opening 15 minutes of the day, which is unusual, which means if you were to ask me, that means we may have the potential for a much farther down day. Now, nobody's trading right now. We've only got 2,900 contracts every 2 minutes. So volume is trading down. The AD is negative 68, kind of weak, which also could speak to further declines in the day. We shall see. Hourly midband going down, VWAP headed downward. VIX is at 13 handle. So here was the cash open. Here's some whatever that is, and here's whatever that is, and whatever. Let's see what the big green mustard says. The big green mustard, never wrong, is it? Seldom wrong. It tells you where the support and resistance levels are. And if we're overbought or oversold, we are fairly priced, ladies and gentlemen. Fairly priced. Look at there. We called the high. I mean, right on it, y'all. 51.23. That's where our 50% line is. And we're probably going to, I would say today, explore this area right here where there is a gap. There is a gap in volume, kind of like David Letterman's and Stacey Abrams' smiles. Got a little bit of gap here, so we'll probably go down into that area. That's just where volume wants to travel. But we are fairly priced. So let's say our little account is doing. Now, I will say this. If you missed our Muscadine Mafia session, y'all should join our Discord and go into Muscadine Mafia. Well, Muscadine Mafia recordings here. And this was a good one. The 112 trade versus the 111 trade. And also in our Muscadine Mafia chat, Raging Bull, Brian, did a great video here. Let me give him kudos to this. Here's the YouTube link if you want to go to it. Comparing the 111 versus 112, and while I'm still going with the 111, which was really good. So did a little search for is it conservative wealth management? Yeah, contemporary wealth management. Contemporary wealth management on YouTube, and you find that video, but it's about 30 minutes long. I thought it was really, really good. And it gave me some things to think about. So what I did, let me just show you what I did. I went into the trading plan. You remember the trading plan that I said I was not going to make any changes to this year? You remember that trading plan? So what I did is I went in and I basically said, added the 111 back to it. I said I can do 111 or 112. I think 112 is predominantly going to be my trade, but we did put in the 111. And basically, I did kind of like Brian did, rather than say sell the one that was $20, I just said sell the 10 delta. Right. So, what's got it in there? I think that's what we're going to do today. We're just going to show the 111 to you today, which would be kind of interesting, right? Compared to 112. All right. So giving you all the resources and the research, and that's why we do Muscadine Mafia. We back test these things. We showed that how much different risk was in a 111 versus a 112. So y'all join Muscadine Mafia and get that video. So I won't go into it all, but it made a lot of sense that, hey, you don't want to have all that notional exposure from those two naked puts. Now, most of the time we're going to be able to get out, right? We're not going to have a 20% drop. We have circuit breaker, 7% down, 7% down. We're going to be fine. Then another 6% down, whatever the circuit breakers are, it's going to give us time to get out. But, just in case calamity happens with two naked puts, you've got a lot more notional exposure down at the downside. So 111s do make sense. All right, so I put that in the trading plan. All right, so with that being said, let's see how our little account is doing today. Let's see if we're making money or we're not making money. We are at 72,281. 72,281. Let's see what that looks like. 72,281. Fire up the band, Rico.
Well, we're moving on now to the side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky.
Now, y'all know what you're saying. Bobby, you're not doing that well. You're only up 2.8%. Well, that was on $94,000. If you take the 94,629, let's see this, 94,629 minus the 25,000 that we transferred over, then that gets 69,626. 69,626 divided by 69,626 is, we are up 3.8%. And that's really, y'all, really, really good. So what we're on track for is 4% for 2 months, which would be 24%. That's all we're going for. That's what I'm going for. If I can do 20% a year, I am among the most elite money managers on the planet. So that's what I'm trying for. Now you can go for more. You can do that. You can do that. But let me type this in here. There, you can go for more. But I'm very conservative. That's who I am. I am very, very conservative. So let's see how our Greeks and ratios look today. And then let's put on our trade. Greeks and ratios, we are at 64.71. 64.71. Oh, we need some theta in here. 71. And let's put that at 13. We're at 13 today. So our buying power is a measly 21,721. 21,721. 21,721. So we are at 30%, y'all. And in a full-blown thingamajig, it says that our position sizing would be what? Okay, in this account, we need to do 2 per week to keep us up to snuff. And at the end of 15 weeks, where we should be, right? We've been trading this one long enough. We should have 30 positions. Wow. 30 positions. All right, so let's look at that. 30 positions. How many do we have? We have 18 and 20 positions. So we've got 18 nakeds and 20 put debit spreads. So we do not have enough positions on. So I may actually do a 3 lot today. We need to build this up some, especially if we go to the trade tab. Watch what's happening. You're seeing some close signals. Why is it closing? Because we are under 21 days. Let's see. Yep. If K19 is less than 21 days, we try to take those off. So we need to claim profits so that we can go to Applebee's, which I went to, was it Friday for lunch? Oh, it was so good. Fiesta Lime Chicken, baby. Oh, behave. It was so good. So at least we need to close one of these, right? Now, remember, my trading plan, let's go back to the trading plan, gives me permission to go all the way to expiration, right? It is acceptable to allow the naked puts to expire out of the money. But generally, we're going to take those off when they're 95% profit or when they reach 30 to 21 days to expiration. So that's why it's probably a good idea to at least take one of these off. So let's take these 4 off. They're the 3,800s with 18 days to go. So let's go see that. 3,800s with 18 days to go. Let's show our groups. 3,800s are naked puts with 18 days to go. Here we go. So we got 4 of them here, and they are at 97% profit. So let's at least close these, right? Create closing order, buy those back for 45 cents. We're going to try 40 because we are greedy. And ain't nothing wrong with that. Let's see if we get a fill. We do not. So we will come back and we will cancel and replace that order and make it less advantageous for us. We'll close it at 45 cents. And we are out. So let's close those at 45 cents. No need in keeping risk on the table. Now, the cool thing is that gives us 18 days with a put debit spread, right? 18 days with a put debit spread. And we're going to close these on 2/26. 24. And we made a profit of, so after commissions, it was 95% profit. We made a profit of $274.24. That will send my family to the salad bar at the Western Sizzling. So but we don't go to the Western Sizzling anymore in Oxford because they had a rat. Someone videoed a rat on the salad bar, and I was like, oh my God, I can't never eat there again. And I used to love that place. Oh, they had this salad bar. All right, so let's now go and put us on the trade. All right. So let's go trade MES. Where we're going, y'all know what we do. We do 120 days. So there's 116 days. There's 116 days. Let's go to 116 days. And I said I may do a 3-lot today. All right. So let's do our put debit spread. So about the 25 delta is where we want to go. And it's okay to buy where you've bought and sell where you've sold. So we're going to buy the 49.50 and we're going to sell the 4,900. All right. And we are going to do a 3-lot today. 2, 3. So 825. Let's try 830. Put those in. Come on, little feller. Come on, little feller. I'm thinking about running for the local school board, y'all, and I can't figure out if I want to do it or not. Just not, I'm sitting there going, do I have time to do the school board too and teach 3 college classes and be a daddy of all this and do my teaching classes? I don't know. But it probably could. I'm trying to do all these things. You know, I almost died in 2009 with a car accident. I was in the hospital 51 days. I was in a wheelchair for 6 months. And I'm trying to do things like I've written a book, I've written a song, I've written another book. I'm doing all these things. I've done stand-up comedy at one time just to say that I did it. I bummed, but I'm trying to do all these things so that I can say that I did it. You know, that you're getting a second leash on life. Okay, 845. That's good. 845. So let's go put that in. 845. So I'm thinking it would be fun just to run for office, and I don't want to run for Senate or anything like that. But I thought school board, that might be fun. So let's do MES. Let's do MES. And we did 3 tranches. And we're going to call this PDS 113. And what were the strikes? We did the 4950, 4900. 4950, 4900. 4900. Puts. Debit spread at 116. All right. So we entered that on 2/26/24. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we were going to try the 111, right? So we're going to call this naked put 113 and puts naked 116 2/26/24. And we did say 3 tranches, didn't we? So let's do 3 tranches of this. Let's see. So 111, we're going to go to the 10% probability. Now, that's a lot of difference, y'all. Look, if we were doing our 112, we would be selling the 4350s for 16, 75, 17, thought $33 and some odd. So instead today, we're going to go to about a 10 delta, which would be a 4650. Now, that's a lot closer. That's a lot closer. And let's see what buying power that takes. I kind of like to see the difference in buying power. So here's where we would have done the 4350s. Let's say, well, we're doing 2 of those and see what the buying power on those are. Buying power on those is $978 for 2. What is this for one of these? One of the 10 delta is 3050. So we're not getting quite as much credit, right? If we were to sell one of those, it would be $756. Not a lot of difference, right, in the buying power. So let's do 3 of these. All right, 4650 for 3050. We're going to try to get the 3075. See if we can get those. Of course not. But I always try, y'all. I'm always hopeful. I'm an optimist. All right, 3050. So we did the 4650s at 3050. 4650 at 3050. 4650 at 3050. We did 3 of those. So let's go put them in our groups. And show groups. So let's go find these and unallocated. We've got nothing there. And so we're going to do this as a put debit spread, move to group, put debit spread. And we're going to move these to naked puts. Let's look at our risk in our account. You want to? Let's just see. We hadn't done this in a while. Let's go to Analyze tab. MES. Let's do hide simulations. All right. And let's do portfolio beta weighted. Now it'll take it off because it doesn't like the fact that we've got these money market accounts and we've got all these things here. Let's take those off and then just look and see what our risk looks like to the downside. All right, price slices and all right, so $63,000 down to the downside. That looks rough, y'all. That looks rough. But today is 226. That's right. Let's go and look at our vol steps. If you were to go 20 down on a 70-something thousand dollar account, see, it looks pretty bad, doesn't it? Yep, it looks like $122,000 to the downside, which is a blowout. But what we're saying is we're taking this risk, but we know that there are triggers along the way that could help us out. But at the same time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually do a one tranche of a Sweet Bobby hedge. Okay, so let's do that as well. So let's go out to that 116 days again. Let's see what this looks like. Let's do a $3, $31.50. And we're going to sell 3 of those for $3. Let's try 305. No, 2. Is that right? God, that's no credit at all, is it? Oh, wait a minute. I need to be an ES. Come on, Bob. Get it together. Can't believe Hal didn't catch me on that. All right, so let's do it. Yeah, we want to do these bigger. We want to do 120 days out, 120 days, 116 days. That's fine there. Let's go sell something for $3 right here, 31.50s, and bump that up to 305. Do 3 of those. There we go. So we sold the 31.50 for 305, right? 31.50s at 305. And we'll show you how we're doing this. And we're doing a full tranche today, y'all. What's this? We're buying one. Just every now and then, I'm going to buy these things. So we did 3 of those, and we're going to call this BSH 5. Because our last one was 4. So puts, and we're going to short hedge, 116 and 226.24. So it's going to cost me about $250 here to put on this little bit of a hedge. And then let's go back here and let's buy 5 of these. So we're going to buy 5, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to try to get it down to the 290. Hi, me little fella. Not so doing. Let's go up to 295. There we go. There we go. 295. So let's go back. Let's go trades, and we sold or bought the 3100s. Yes. And we'll go and do 5 of those, and this is SH5 and puts long hedge 116, 226.24. And what do we do? 295. Let me see what that was. 295. Monitor field orders was 295. Good job out of me. All right, so we got that in. So it cost me about $250, $300 or so, a little 280, something like that, to put in that hedge. Now, make sure you do what you got to do. And we go back to the trade tab. We see these here, the shorts. We want to put on a closing order. We want to close those when we can get them down to 20 cents. And make sure that you do it as a GTC order. Da-da-da-da-da. There we go. So we're going to close those shorts when they get down to 20 cents. Then go back and make sure that you put those into their little respective thing. And remember, I don't mind spending some of my profits. We're on track for 24% a year. I want to do 20% a year. Oh, so spending a little bit of money for hedge, I'm fine with that. Because if I can do 20% a year, I am among the best in the world, y'all. So we said we were going to put these in the BSH5, right? Hold your control key down, right click, move to group, add group, BSH5. And that is how you do it. Like and subscribe to the video if you like these type of things and trade with us every day while I'm holding the cat. I will see y'all tomorrow.